Alright, so now you've reached the power room in the Skykeep, and currently this room contains what is probably the most precise trick in the entire game, which is the power room vine clip that's going to be demonstrated right here. So this is a clawshot vine clip. What's happening is we clawshot these vines with a specific timing so that we get blown through the wall by the bomb that explodes behind us. And then after this, we simply run over the room, take out the whip, jump slash down to the Triforce of Power symbol, and then, we're through the room. So there's a few important elements to this that we need to go over. The first and foremost is the camera angle that you clawshot the vines at. I'm going to explain this first, and then we'll get into the precision of the actual trick itself. So the important thing to note here is that for this trick to work, you specifically need to clawshot the vines while the camera is facing perpendicular to the wall right here. Right? So the camera has to be facing into the vines, and while the camera is facing into the vines, you want to aim the claw shot about right here, where the reticle is just going to be. And once you place down the bomb and everything, this is essentially the setup position that you want to get to. And so if we use frame advance here, go back just a little bit, we will see that when Link shoots the claw shot is going to grab on, wiggles a little bit in its animation, and then Link begins getting pulled towards where the claw shot is grabbing onto. You'll notice that as he keeps on going up here, he gets further and further into the wall, right? And so now he's completely through the wall, which is why we can then use the bomb explosion to boost ourselves through to the other side, because Link is already past this wall collision. But once Link actually gets to his destination, where the claw shot is grabbed on, the game reorients him properly to grab onto the vines. And so, if the bomb were to explode now, this would be too late, and Link would just fall all the way down to the ground, which is what we don't want. But the important thing to note, again, is that Link will only travel to this destination up here if he is facing, or if the camera is facing into the wall like this, right? Now, if the camera is facing out here, even just a little bit, to almost be parallel with the wall, then this is actually not going to work, right? So if we try to claw shot here, Link just gets stopped immediately, due to how his feet are oriented compared to the wall, right? So you have to make sure that the camera is facing this way as you try to do this vine clip. And this presents some difficulties because of the way that the camera is different between motion controls and button controls. Unfortunately, button control users, this trick is going to be a little bit harder for you, on top of how hard it already is due to how the camera works. So first, we're going to go over how this works with motion controls, and then we'll get back to the button control version. So with motion controls, you want to basically start by positioning Link about right here. You'll notice that Link's left foot is facing forward, and it's sort of at the back center of this big, yellow texture right here. You want to make sure that Link's left foot is in this position. Just be wary that Link has two orientations for his feet depending on how you last moved. Make sure that his left foot is in the circle while his left foot is in front of his right foot, right? If Link's right foot is in front of his left foot, then his left foot will be back here basically for this position. The bomb placement for this clip is not very precise. You can place the bomb anywhere here, and the clip itself will work, but we want to specifically place the bomb in this location so that we can actually see it while we're aiming up with the claw shot, so we can count the bomb flashes and be able to time the claw shot correctly. Because there's only a few frames that Link is clipped through the wall for this trick to work, and so you need to be able to time shooting the claw shot correctly in accordance with when the bomb explodes, and that's easiest when you can actually count the flashes of the bomb. So we start off right here. Again, make sure Link's left foot is in this position. You want to place down the bomb, and then you want to move around the bomb to the wall, all right? Make sure that you sweep widely around the bomb, because you do not want to push the bomb out of position here, right? So as we go through this, make sure you go, left and then around. The bomb position is not changing, and you want to just kind of get yourself into this corner right here. right? You don't have to be like exactly in the corner, but just as far left as you possibly can compared to these vines. And then once you take out the claw shot, ideally with recalibrating beforehand, you want to aim the claw shot up to bring the camera up, because the camera is only going to change when the claw shot reticle is at the edge of the screen with motion controls. And then once the camera is aimed all the way up and you can properly see the bomb in front of everything here, then you want to aim the claw shot reticle over to about right here, just on the inside of this like leaf texture on the vines right here. All right, a little more visible now. And so if the bomb placement is correct, it will probably take up some portion of the screen that you'll be able to see if the camera is tilted all the way up like this. And then the timing for this bomb explosion, or the timing for when you want to shoot the claw shot in relation to the bomb explosion, is right before the 8th red bomb flash, all right? Now, bombs in Skyward Sword will flash 8 times. There will be 4 really slow flashes that kind of speed up as they go along, and then there will be 4 very fast flashes which all flash at the same rate, right? So right now the bomb is flashing pretty slowly. I'm not really sure how to explain this next part the best because, like, I can kind of just tell when the 5th red flash is going to happen, and mentally I count 5, 6, 7 shoot with the claw shot. Alright, so, like, we'll see the slow flashes here with the bomb. And then this next one's going to be flash number 5, so it'll go 5, 6, 7, and then right before the 8th flash, you want to shoot the claw shot. It looks like the 8th flash happens here beforehand, but that's because we're slowing everything down. My own timing is to shoot right before I know the 8th flash is going to appear. And so then the claw shot grabs on. Link begins to go through. The bomb explodes, and then Link is successfully pushed through the wall to the other side, and you have skipped the power room and saved about 3 minutes. Alright, so that's the motion control version. Now we can go over the button control version, which is all the way over here. Alright, so with button controls, the biggest difference here with button controls is that the reticle will always stay centered in the screen, regardless of if you're using gyro or the sticks to control where the reticle is, compared to the camera. So you can't do the thing where, you know, you look up to move the camera up and then move the reticle slightly to the side to keep the camera front-facing on the vines, right? That's not really going to work. So the unfortunate best solution here is that you're not going to get quite as much of an angle when aiming the claw shot up here along the vines, right? You do need to go somewhat laterally across the vines if you want Link to clip through the wall, but you can't get as much horizontal movement through it just due to how the camera works here. So you unfortunately can only take what you get with the aiming right here. And so if we frame advance ourselves through this, this is about as far to the right you can aim, so you'll notice that the camera is not quite flush with the wall. It's a little bit tilted to the side, but this does work just the same most of the time. And then eventually, once the claw shot is shot, then Link will go up and be through the wall for about 1 frame less than you would want most of the time compared to using motion controls, but he's still through the wall enough for the bomb explosion to properly knock him through here. Then, if we go to the actual setup, this time for motion controls, you want to put Link's left foot about right here between these 2 textures, and have his heel slightly in front of the black outline between the textures back here. Unfortunately, getting the placement and view correct for this version with button controls is a little bit trickier just due to how it all works. But this is the best that I could come up with for how to make this trick work with button controls. So we place down the bomb. Once again, we want to make sure that we move around the bomb. We do not want to push the bomb forward while we're moving around to be in front of it, right? Otherwise the bomb's going to be out of position, and that's not what we want. And then equip the claw shots. We get sort of into the left corner here. Not quite. You don't want to be quite into this corner as much as we were with the motion control setup, so put like the left side of Link's body, you know, about where the edge of the vines are right here. And then you want to aim up and slightly right with the clawshot reticle, targeting about this vine right here that like separates into two. You want to target about the top of this with the reticle for where to shoot the clawshot. And then you want to aim as high as possible as well, just to get a potential, you know, extra frame where Link is out of bounds as he's aiming up here. And you can see that the bomb is now in view for us to be able to see with the camera. So eventually we will get to flashes 5, 6, and 7 with the bomb down here. Once again, the first 4 flashes are pretty slow and speed up a little bit. The last 4 flashes are very fast, so once you see 3 fast red flashes, you want to shoot the clawshot right before the 4th fast red flash, which is the 8th total flash, happens. There we go. 5, 6, 7, and then it would be at this point that I would try and shoot the clawshot. Grab onto the vines, Link gets pulled up, the bomb explodes, and he successfully goes through the wall just like that. Now, as far as mistakes go with this clip, if you try to do this clip and Link does not go through the wall, right? You shoot the clawshot, the bomb explodes, but Link stays in bounds and falls all the way down to the bottom of the room. Then that means that you shot the clawshot too early, and you need to wait just a little bit longer before pressing the ZR or A button to shoot it. If you try to do this clip, and Link does not clip through the wall, but stays up on this platform where the vines are, that means that you shot the clawshot too late. Or potentially, if you were using button controls, you might have been angling yourself too far to the right, and Link just got stuck on the vines as he tried to go up. So those are the 2 cues you can use to narrow down what the timing feels like for you. I know that some people say they like to shoot the clawshot on the 8th red flash, which is a little bit later than what I like to look for my shooting visual, but, you know, slightly different visual cues may work for different people because we all have, you know, slightly different reaction times to things. So I hope this tutorial helps for this clip. And yeah. Hopefully you find success with it.